Your second stimulus check questions are answered, and boy, they're good. But will Congress have the answers to them as well? Hey everybody, this is LALATE with a second stimulus check and stimulus package update for today. This one's the one in which we answer your questions about the check, especially if you're on SSDI, SSI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and veterans benefits. Big news today. Let me get right to the major questions you're all asking, especially in the video I saw moments ago we uploaded. People are asking, LALATE, what's going on with that dependents and the Republicans? Let me explain what's going on. The Republicans are really vacillating in the last 24 hours what they're going to do with dependents. As you know, up to yesterday, all the proposals on the table said the dependents, whether you are minor dependents or adult dependents over 17, 18 years of age, would get a second stimulus check, and you would get the full stimulus check, the same amount as a non-dependent. Well, the problem is we really don't know what's going on with the Republicans in the last 24 hours because when asked the question, they're saying these phrases like, we're going to do the same thing as the first stimulus package. Well, the first stimulus package didn't pay adult dependents. The first stimulus package paid minor dependents $500, not $1,200. So do the Republicans intend to not pay adult dependents under a second stimulus package? Do they intend to reduce minor dependents from $1,200 down to $500? This would be totally contradictory to what they said just a few days ago. Another question I'm getting a lot of in the last 24 hours is what Donald Trump has said and now changed as well. He, as you know, said clearly over a week ago that the second stimulus check would be a lot more than what the Democrats are proposing. As you know, the Democrats are proposing one $1,200 check. He promised to give you more than that. He said that was stingy. Well, guess who's being stingy now? The Republicans are proposing to use exactly $1,200 again for the second stimulus check. So that is the real big questions I'm getting a lot of in the last few minutes. But let me go over where we were yesterday. I mean, it's changing by the minute. There's a couple confirmations if you put everything from this week and today together. The confirmations are there's going to be a second stimulus check. Second, we know when it's likely to get approved. It's still late July to early August. Third, we know now a little bit more about how soon you could get the check. There are some reports, as I detailed in the earlier video, that says that you could get the check in early or mid-August, not late August as initially thought, because there's a lot of reports. This is the third report I've seen now. They're not from the White House. They're not from the Democrats. They're not from the Republicans. They're from outsiders who say the IRS has upgraded their systems. And because they now know where you are from the first stimulus check, provided you got one, that you'll get the second stimulus check faster, especially if you're on SSDI, SSI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and receive payments every month by electronic means. Those electronic means are debit card or direct deposit. Really great news. It's not great news if you did not get the first stimulus check. So they're saying that, you'll still be as slow as the first time and still not get the first stimulus check. Another great question I'm getting a lot of, and I just answered it just a few minutes ago on the channel, was someone said, LALATE, I did a non-filer for the first stimulus check and I got it. Do I need to do another non-filer? No. But that's such great news that people are really in tune with this. As I've said before, I don't want you to sit back and say, I'll wait for the check to come and I'll believe it when it comes. Well, no, because ultimately if you don't do a non-filer and you had to, then you're not going to get the second stimulus check like you didn't get the first stimulus check. Those that really need to be on high alert of whether or not you need to do a non-filer, which is a form that the IRS has you do online. It's very, very, very simple. It takes a few seconds. It basically says, here I am, here's my address, so they can send you the money. The groups of people that need to be on high alert to do that are people who newly went on benefits this year. So if you just started SSI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, veterans benefits, or similar like that, and just started them this year, you're in the group. Next, you did not file a 2019 tax return. You're next in the group. Third, you are on benefits and you have a child. That child's check is really a hard press. They want that non-filer on file, especially if you never did 2019 taxes. So ultimately, that's the great news. The confusing news is where we really are. What is the amount of the check? It looks like everyone's pushing for $1,200. It looks like they're pushing for one check. I think it's hogwash. I think it's outrageous. It's not going to pay for anything. It's not going to be stimulus. It's too late, too little, too nothing, and it's really a disservice to the American public. It is not in keeping what we were promised. I think Republicans and Democrats are going to burn on the stake for this because they promised you something and they clearly are not giving it to you. The Democrats promised you 6 checks, one check every month for $2,000 for 6 months under the second stimulus package, and then they backtracked and said, "Oh, we'll just give you one check for now." The Democrats and the Republicans both promised you a check in the month of March, April, May for the first stimulus package. When they were drafting the first stimulus package, they had that language in there, and then they said, "We'll just do one check for now. We'll get to the other checks later when we have time." Well, they never got to it. And so now, when everyone's struggling to make rent and utilities and having their electricity turned off, they're dangling a carrot, and the carrot is not much of a carrot. $1,200 is really not going to cut it. Ultimately, I don't want you to feel negative. I don't want you to feel defeated. I don't want you to feel down, because where we are, the following is the situation. We really don't know what the Republicans are doing. As we sit here today on a Friday afternoon as the wind picks up, we have no proposal written in a piece of paper. And literally like a piece, I have 40 pieces of paper in front of me. I don't have one piece of paper from anyone who is a Republican on this pandemic that they knew they were supposed to draft the second stimulus package in May. We're sitting here on July 24th, and we don't have a single piece of paper. We were promised that piece of paper by them, no less. Last Monday, a week ago today, Mitch McConnell and Steve Mnuchin said that they were both drafting the second stimulus check and the second stimulus package, and they were going to deliver it to press this last Monday. They didn't. They then refused to comment to press when we all, not me, but other people asked, "Hey Mitch, where's that thing that's so important?" No comment. Tuesday, Wednesday, no comment. Thursday, no comment. Then Thursday afternoon, he said, "I'll have it for you late Thursday afternoon." He didn't. So finally, someone that actually had some gusto at the White House said, "You know what? We aren't ready, and we have no problem telling you we're not ready." At least they had the balls to actually say it. And they actually said we're not getting, well, they didn't say we're not getting along, but they said that we have not come to an agreement. And guess who they have not come to agreement with? It's someone in Kentucky. So Steve Mnuchin and Mitch McConnell are simply not agreeing upon things. Where the disagreement is, we don't know. But they are now promising that the second stimulus check and the second stimulus package will be delivered to press on Monday. A hot mess. Now, the Democrats are a hot mess as well, because they are now saying we're not going to piecemeal all these discussions about check, hazard pay, rent assistance, FPUC, PUA, loan forbearance, mortgage forgiven, student debt, all these things that I've been covering with you over the last couple of weeks. The Democrats say nothing is more important than the other. We're not going to piecemeal it. We'll do it as one bill, and it'll be held up to August 10th or 11th with that new building for the FBI. I mean, really, I've never seen such an incompetent bunch of fools on both sides of the party. I mean, they really are incompetent. So let me get to some of your questions now. You had, if you're wondering what else the Republicans may have in their bill, we have only leaked correspondence. We have leaked details. These are not official statements. That the bill will include also liability protection for big business, a big business bill, another round of money for big businesses like PPP, extension of PPP, more big business payouts, and then something for schools. Well, Okay, let's get to some of your questions. Republicans like money, but they don't like sending out money, says Pedro. Sleeping Bear, looks like depression. Scott, the Congress needs to pass forbearance for people whose rent have mortgages. I agree 100% with Scott. I mean, not able to have a place to live and being thrown on the street and not having money to put food on the table. I mean, that's the most important thing. Not the FBI getting a brand new building. I mean, how dare the FBI ask for a brand new building? I mean, how about you sit back there with your damn new building while my viewers don't have a place to live? I mean, the audacity of the FBI asking for such a thing now. Gerald Thrasher, stop playing around and do your job. We need the money. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, the Republicans clearly can't agree upon what they're doing, but, come to the plate and start talking. I understand that Mitch and Steve may not agree upon what they want to have in the second stimulus package for the purpose of the Republicans, but why aren't they talking to the Democrats? Why? And why aren't the Democrats picking up the phone talking to the Republicans? I mean, get this stuff done, folks. First Amendment, voting everyone out. Tammy, I wish the roles were reversed. Nikki, wow, $1,200 once. They're definitely getting voted out. I mean, I hope you vote out every member of this Congress this fall. $1,200 is a total ass joke. Did I say ass? Yeah, I said ass. It's a joke. It is an insult. And $500 for, I can't even believe I'm talking here that maybe they won't give adult dependents a check again. I mean, they literally said in May that was a mistake. We didn't intend to cut out adult dependents. We intended to give adult dependents a check. Well, guess what? Now we're sitting here on a Friday afternoon thinking, wait, are they trying not to give adult dependents a check again? Devin Davila, I don't care what no one says. This is a loss. Linda Blackburn, vote them all out. Diana, $1,200, a mere bag of shells. Donald, are you kidding me? A single $1,200? Jewel, vote Mitch out. I mean, vote Mitch out, but vote everyone else out. I mean, this is insane. Rascal Frew, Mitch McConnell needs to be voted out. Denise, $1,200 is BS. Lise, Leslie, these rich SOBs, I don't care. Stop playing with my money. Mary, what happened to the big check we were supposed to be happy with? Kay, we'll be glad to get $1,200. What happened to the monthly payments? You were on lockdown in March. You were on lockdown in April. You were locked down in May. 40% of the 80% of Americans who make $40,000 or less are unemployed now. I mean, what's going on, Congress? Get these darn checks out. I get a lot of comments on a daily basis about Canada. I mean, everyone's on Canada did this and Canada did that. Are we like third world country when it comes to take caring of our citizens? What's going on? Moreover, it's not their money. I mean, I would only just like slam a hammer and say, it is not your money. Stop being so stingy with money that's not your money. It's a Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve has fortunes. Okay, I'm going to rant. We're 12 minutes into this video. I'm going to rant because you know where this money's coming from? It's coming from the Federal Reserve. And the head of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, had literally said 5 weeks ago that his Federal Reserve has inherent authority to delegate money for emergency issues like this. Well, they didn't even do that. They actually got together and passed a rule back in May to delegate billions of dollars for Americans for the pandemic, and that they would use it for the pandemic. So when asked by members of Congress a week ago, where's that money, Jerome, head of the Federal Reserve, where's that money? We haven't used it. Okay, why haven't you used it? We haven't seen a need to use it yet. Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? All this money is sitting at the Federal Reserve that was allocated for this, for you, for the American citizen, and Jerome Powell's not sending out a damn check. He's not delegating that money to Mnuchin and McConnell that don't want to send money. It's like, okay, you don't want to spend money? Well, we got money delegated by the Federal Reserve to be used for the American public. Send the darn money out. It's sitting in the Federal Reserve building and not being sent out. Jay Beffers, wow, another $1,200, disgraceful. Dawn Riley, some people got the first look at the second stimulus check and package, yes. Silver Wings, Donald Trump, don't worry, it's going to be a very genuine, I'm going to mess up that word. It's going to be a very big stimulus check, $1,200. Yeah, it's awful. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, says Marie, another $1,200 giving you the shaft. loud. What do you see? The people, the sole source of the income is Social Security. Daniel, they could give us another $500 per person and just be fine. No, that would not be fine. Lizzie, I've heard you say at least twice that the original CARES Act called for multiple checks. I'd like to do research. Can you tell me where I called that for? Yes, there was a draft of the original CARES Act that said a multiple check for every single month that the government, that the country was on shutdown. And at that time, it was 3 checks. In fact, members of Congress did press tours talking on national news, Sunday morning news, talking about all these multiple checks. Going to be multiple checks. We're going to take care of you. Don't worry. It's going to be several months. Lord, what a bunch of liars. Boy, I'm on fire today. Russell. Okay, that makes 2 checks that we got. Now, what about the checks for April to July? Oh, very well said, Russell. Dr. Osawe, this is show me there's another string of income. Art for Elijah, weird to me that people making $15,000 a year got the same as someone who makes $75,000 per year. I mean, good point. Okay, so let me go over that. The caps. I had that question not so much today, but 2 days ago. So the caps appear to be falling by the wayside. Along with Mitch McConnell's chances of getting reelected. Mitch McConnell wanted to only send you a stimulus check if you made less than $40,000 in 2019 earnings individually, $80,000 husband and wife. That now appears to be gone, but it's only Friday and we don't have a damn bill from them. So, Steve Mnuchin said to press yesterday on the record that he would likely that the second stimulus package would likely follow the thresholds of the first one, which was $75,000 individual, $150,000 approximately couple, husband and wife. Anna Ventura, come on, government, give the check. Dorothea, I really believe that American people need more than $1,200. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not a stimulus. It's not even a catch up. I don't even know what you'll call it. It's peanuts, as one person called it. Gloria, will people on SSI, SSDI veterans receive more or less stimulus? No. You would either. There's only. Well, as of yesterday, the proposals were the stimulus checks will all be the same. But as I'm sitting here today, as you heard in the introduction to this video, it's now sounding maybe like the Republicans only want to give $500 for dependent children. We just don't know if that's what's going on or not. Terry, when my family is needy, I can go into the political people for some food. They're the only one that get paid very well. Dean Moore, I've got challenged for both parties. Give me what I make a month, and I'll give them back $800 a month and see how far they can live on that. I love that. Lizzie King, we need more money. $1,200 is not going to help the families that are in need. Andrew Schaefer, they said they would pay dependents last time and got nothing. No, they said they were going to pay minor dependents, not adult dependents. Milka, $2,000 would help so much more. Well, $2,000 every single month would help a lot more. Will people have to pay child support and get a second stimulus check? I get this question every 11 seconds. Under the proposals for the second stimulus check, they will not take out for child support. The first stimulus check does take out for stimulus for child support. I'll say it again since I just butchered it. The second stimulus check will not be taken out for child support. The first stimulus check was taken out for child support. Giselle, I received SSDI and someone claimed me on their taxes. I have a direct deposit. Do they deposit to me or give it to someone who claimed for me? To you currently is the way they're proposing it. But, stay with me, Giselle, because that is really a great question. It's really not clear. Jack, $1,200 doesn't cut the mustard. It's pure BS. I have to live on my check. I know if I had to live on that check, it would be different. Very well said. If you have questions in today's video, drop them in the comments below. A lot of discussion. Ultimately, when I sat here last Friday, I said, coming this Monday, Mitch and Steve will debut the Republican second stimulus package. And we came with Monday. We got Jack's nothing. I almost cursed. So as we sit here on Friday, we're now being told it's coming this coming Monday as well. Ultimately, I expect the Republicans and Democrats to be on, ABC and NBC and CBS all weekend long talking this up. There's going to be updates. So stay with me. As always, stay motivated, stay positive, stay educated, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay in LA for more.